Reminder, everybody, tomorrow's Memorial Day, so the stock market's not open. It gives me a chance to look at a few charts that I kind of branch out on. I have my radar set up for smaller plays, maybe small caps. And I do some larger ones, but it gives me a chance to look at some bigger charts that are breaking out as well. So I'm going to start doing a sequence called the week ahead, and it will give me a chance to look at some of these big ones. So my first edition of this, so let's see how it goes. I'll probably do 6 charts at a whack. Might have a few different videos out over a course of a day or two. So keep an eye on that. Anytime I make a reference to the chart, I use the yearly chart, and I highlight the 20-day, the 50-day, and the 200-day moving average. It makes it simple for everybody. It shows a lot of basic patterns that charters look for, and it works pretty well. So let's see how this new segment works out, and I hope to do many more going forward. So first one I'm looking at is VELO. $26.06 it closed at. It's been pushing off the 20-day moving average and testing its highs on the chart, which is right about where it's at now. I could see the support line up around $21 a share on this one. So it might have a dip. I'm not saying it will. If it does have a dip, look for a $21 support line to form. It might be a nice smart spot to put a bid in for some shares for a quick pullback and to push off of that and start to try to break through new highs in the chart. So it's got a lot of promise on this one. If it drops below 21, I'd probably take a pause on it, just because I see that as it should be some strong support. And if it fails, then you might just want to take a step back and wait till it settles. But overall, I do like it a lot going forward. The next one is HLYN, $5.99. I highlighted this one last week on the big move it had. It was had a beautiful ride up the 20-day moving average till about the 350 range, and then it completely launched off of it. It separated from the moving average to where it's at now. You could see a little bit of pullback, but quite honestly, if people are going to take profits, they probably would have done it before the close on Friday with the long weekend coming up. So I do like the chance of this one maybe continuing higher. So keep an eye on this one. HLIT, another one I like, $15.20 it closed. Strong move up. It tested the 1550 range and pulled back down to the 20-day moving average, which was around $12.35. Had a nice strong bounce and then right back up. So when you see a strong bounce off a moving average, that's a sign of bulls are in control. Sorry, I'm shivering. It's the end of May, and it's still freezing up here in the Northeast. We had 2 days of 90-degree weather, and it's right back to 50s and raw and rain. So I can't wait until the summer temperatures move in. But I do like the outdoors, so that's why I'm doing it on my porch. On to the next. RDW, $17.49. Beautiful ride up the 20-day moving average. It broke out above the 950. It pretty much launched from there. So it's tons of eyes on this one. I'm eyeballing a 22 on the. I hate doing. I really do hate doing price guesses on where I think it's going, but I think the highs on the chart around 22 is quite a logical place that this might end up near term. So I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence on all these. I'm just telling you what the charts are telling me, and I think it has potential to be testing 22 near term. So the next one is NOW, $102.13, which pushed down by the 50-day moving average from all the way up from the $175 range, if you could believe that. So when I talk about the moving average pushing a price down, that means as the moving average drops, the price keeps hitting the moving average and like a ceiling, and it keeps failing to break above, and it keeps failing and being pushed down. So it got pushed down to like I said, from 175 It just recently broke above the moving average. So anytime you see a break above a moving average like this after being pushed down for so long, it's a strong signal that a reversal is about to start, and this one's just starting to get underway, in my opinion. So keep an eye on this one. I think a test of 115 is quite possible near term on this one, and you know, like I said, if it holds a support line now at that moving average of the 50, and it can push off of it, it's got a lot of potential to move higher. So the last one I have for right now is SIVEF, $7.42 a share. This one's been a beauty. It rode the 20-day moving average, up the chart from $1 range. I mean, it just continually just hitting new highs and new highs and new highs with no end in sight. Watch for support to set up around 650 range. Like I say, if it breaks below that, I'd probably take a pause on it just to make sure that profit takers aren't flooding in and pushing it down a bit. But if 650 holds, I love the potential of this to move even higher. So that's what I got for now. Hope everybody has a great Memorial Day tomorrow, and stay safe, and watch for the next videos. I'll be putting some more out, and take a look at some of the past ones, because I've had some really strong runners, and I've had some a lot of good comments and a lot of new subscribers hitting. So look forward to comments from everybody. If you have any questions, if you have any charts you want me to take a look at, please leave them in the comments, and I'll definitely do it.